So we are just 2 months into 2024, and we've already seen some interesting real estate activity here in Steamboat. Today, we're about to go into a shift in the springtime, a time when typically brings more activity to the real estate market. Will there be more buyers and sellers entering the market and transacting? Yes, but to what extent is hard to predict. If the data is correct, it might be a really interesting summer. So I'm Charlie Dresden at the Group Real Estate in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. In this video, I want to cover a couple things, actually 3 things. I want to talk about an update in the real estate market here in Steamboat. I want to talk about interest rates because that seems to be the buzz 2 words here. And I also want to talk about a real estate review. But let's go inside and look a little bit closer at the data. So regarding a market update, I'm going to call it a normalizing of the market. First, we're going to look at national numbers. Late February, S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller, their price index report, showed annual home gains of 5.5% year over year. So obviously, that's a pretty robust return on investment, 5.5%. Next, I want to talk about the forecast for 2024. Back in late November 2023, many companies were asked their appreciation or depreciation forecast for the coming year. As you see, the average was 1.5, pretty much ranged from 4.1 down to negative, depreciation 1.7 from Realtor.com. Fast forward just a few months, late January, and all those people have revised their predictions with an average of 2.6 appreciation. That's ranging from 5.0 Goldman Sachs all the way down to NAR predicts 1.9. And again, Realtor.com, they feel home prices will go down in 2024, 1.7%. Local Routt County numbers. While national trends have some impact here, the national media can be loud in broadcasting this information. And it's important to understand that we are a very unique market here in Steamboat Springs, and what's happening in Houston or Atlanta has very little to do with what's happening here in the Yampa Valley. So don't make assumptions based on your local numbers if you don't live in Steamboat Springs and apply them to Routt County real estate. Pending home sales are, well, normal. January 2024 pending home sales are down significantly from 2021, but they are very similar to January pending sales over the last 10 years. Now, February 2024 pending sales are right in line with pending sales for the month of February. So if we look at the data going 10 years back, the first 2 months of 2024 are falling in the parameters of a normal market. Let's talk next about median sales price. Now, the median sales price in Steamboat Springs normally has peaks and valleys based on seasonality, but overall the trajectory is up. For Routt County numbers, the median sales price is hovering around $800,000. Now, for a perspective, this is up from $363,000 just 5 years ago. Now, keep in mind, this is a median sales price for all properties. Single-family homes and ski-in, ski-out condos are significantly higher than that $800,000 mark. Next, we're going to talk about inventory. Inventory is down. Historically, we have about 1,500 to 1,700 active listings for sale here in Routt County. Today, we have 335. Now, I'm not saying there's 335 homes for sale. Active listings are comprised of 114 residences, so that's homes, townhomes, and condos. 154 land listings, 8 farm listings, 5 manufactured homes, and the remaining 54 are commercial listings. So there's a lot less. If you're looking for a home to live in, there's a lot less when I talk about active listings. Now, with such low inventory levels, there are more buyers than sellers. Therefore, the prices are remaining high. Now, there are 3 primary reasons inventory is down. Sellers with mortgages around 3%, which happens to be about 63% of mortgage holders today, don't want to buy something when the interest rate is probably going to be in the 7s. Here's an example. If you had an interest rate in the 3.5, if you had an $800,000 mortgage, your payments are $3,600. Change that to 7.5%, your payments are $5,600. So an increase of $2,000. So there's an economic cost to making that change. This is keeping many potential sellers from listing their home until interest rates come down. The second reason is that inventory is down. Now, this is creating a stalemate of sorts. If a homeowner is shopping for a different home and he wants to remain in this area, they won't sell unless they could find something to buy. With inventory so low, people are having a hard time finding something to replace what they're going to sell. So we are relying on people leaving Steamboat Springs to boost inventory levels. And lastly, over the last 12 years, we saw an average of about 800 to 1,100 transactions per year. But in 2020 and 2021, those pandemic years, those increased to 1,600 to 1,800 sales per year. That's roughly a 70% increase in sales those 2 years. Thus, I'm thinking many sellers and buyers who may have been anticipating buying or selling in 2023, 24, 25, moved up that timeline and purchased and sold within those pandemic years. Thus, less transactions are occurring today. Let's talk about interest rates and the buying power. Many are predicting rates to come down in 2024, which will fuel more buying, selling, and refinancing opportunities. Many buyers are delaying purchasing until the rates come down or prices come down, but unless inventory increases, prices will not likely come down. So here's a forecast chart with some predictions for interest rates for 2024. As you see, Wells Fargo is predicting rates to be about 6% at Q4 at the end of 2024. Mortgage Bankers Association, roughly 6.2. National Association of Realtors predicting 6.4, Redfin 6.6, and Fannie Mae a little more conservative at 7.1%. The tricky part is when rates come down, more buyers will jump in, which creates more demand and maintains upward pressures on prices. Then there's those buyers and sellers who are ready for change. They got married, their family grew, their kids went to college, divorce, different job, more space, less space. For whatever reason, these people wanted change but have been waiting for rates to come down, waiting for the right home, waiting for lower prices, waiting for higher prices, but these people are getting tired of waiting. They're finally starting to accept the current rates as the new normal.
Yeah, Charlie, this is the busiest I've been in 2 years, and I believe that speaks to the fact that people are resigned to the fact that no longer are they going to get a rate of 3 or 4%, and they've had significant life changes. They've had a baby, they've gotten a better job. Something has changed where they need or want a new home, a bigger home, and they can't wait any longer for lower rates. They've been waiting for 2 years, and now's the time. Let's get a new home regardless of the rate.
The big question is whether there'll be more sellers or more buyers this spring. The balance between these two groups will help dictate the direction of the market. And as it does every year, at the end of the day, real estate always comes down to supply and demand, and this year will be no exception. Let's talk about a real estate review. We often go to Zillow or county assessor's website to see what our property's worth. But those sites are typically about 10 to 30% off. So if you ever want to know what the value of your home, condo, or townhome, or vacant parcel is, I'd be happy to offer a real estate review. This will be a more precise valuation of your property. So reach out to me if you're ever thinking about planning estates or maybe your next move. I'd be happy to help for whatever reason. To summarize, at the beginning of this video, I talked about a shift possibly in the market. And while I said it's a more normal market currently, if rates drop significantly and inventory remains low, we might be looking at a very competitive market this summer where negotiations are less balanced and more in favor of sellers like it was during the pandemic years. So thanks again for watching. I know it was a lot of information, so if you have any specific question about your real estate or anything about Steamboat Springs, please don't hesitate to reach out, give me a text, call. My information is below. So thanks again for watching. Have a great day.